Okay, here we are, and welcome, welcome, welcome to our October 27th, 2020 Red Thread Circle. And I would like to just begin by having us breathe and sink in to our togetherness as we open to our connection. So just whether you close your eyes or whether you keep them open, is up to you. It's personal choice, but just allow your body to relax right now. Just let go of a need to have your body be in control for a moment and let it relax. And as it relaxes, follow the flow of your breath. Right now, your natural breath. And know that every inhale, you're receiving the current of life. And every exhale, you're sharing the current of life. So with every cycle of our breath, we become very, very consciously aware of and connected to the current of life. So just take 2 or 3 of your natural breaths, feeling and connecting with the current of life. And then allow your awareness, your focus to move inward as your ancient inner eyes open up. And as you imagine, sense, visualize, or perceive that sacred center within you, wherever it is located in your physical body, and just allow your consciousness to sink into your sacred center right now. As you begin to imbue it with your life breath. From the soles of our feet, we're going to imagine roots emerging and pushing down, 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 down into the body of Mother Earth, where our roots may be spread out, but they keep diving deep, anchoring into and grounding into Mama Earth, who supports us without our conscious awareness every second, every nanosecond of our existence on this beautiful planet. She continually feeds us her life force energy, which is also a very powerful healing energy when we choose to connect with it and bring it up into our bodies. So let us do that now. Let us welcome Mother Earth's healing energy up through the soles of our feet. Allow it become radiant with your color of health that you work with, and see that color really deepen and brighten and intensify in its radiance because it's coming from Mama Earth as it rises effortlessly up your legs and into your base chakra, flowing and flooding like a fountain, rising up through sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, high heart, throat, brow, up to the crown of your head, and just feel Mama's energy flowing out down around your physical body. Just a beautiful flowing of her healing energy as she washes down over your physical body, as she bathes you and embraces you in her current of healing energy, and just feel that energy coming and washing over you, rising up from her through you, washing over you, knowing that it's a cycle. And after you've been washed, that current goes back into Mother Earth, but it continually rises up. And so like your breath, her beautiful energy is continuing a cycle around you for the duration of this red thread circle. And use your life breath now to gently refocus and sink into your sacred center, and know that her energy, Mama Earth's beautiful energy of health and strength and support, is completely illuminating that center within you, wherever it may be. And rest as your energy and Mother Earth's energy unify and become one. A beautiful exchanging energy. Now just imagine, sense, visualize, or perceive out of the crown of your head your glorious branches spreading out and climbing high, reaching high up into the heavens, up into the starlight, spreading into the universe. Just become aware of Earth's origin, our origin, life origin, amidst the starlight, amidst the planets, amidst the creative spark. And that beautiful illumination and current of life flows effortlessly down through your branches as it glows with the light that you assign all things spiritual. That light becomes more intensified, more vibrant, more pure in clarity, and it flows down through your crown, your third eye, your throat, your high heart, down through your solar plexus chakra, your sacral, your base chakra, down both legs, and as it comes to the soles of your feet, it rises back up, illuminating your entire auric field. Beautiful, beautiful auric field around you, your energy field illuminated by the light of creation. And within that auric field, the cocoon of Mother Earth's energy washing, continually cascading over you and through you. And now with your next gentle breath, feel the energy of the heavens come into your personal sacred center, where it merges and unifies with the already existing energy that's yours and Mother Earth. And the three energies become one beautiful spiraling vortex of energy, so sacred, so empowered within you. And breathe that love, because that is love. Life at its purest is the most powerful vibration of love. Breathe and receive love. And as you exhale, share love. Breathing and receiving love. And knowing that every exhale now, it not only fills up your energy filled with love and your environment with love, but it also transcends space and time, and it reaches all of us gathered here today, and we feel and receive your love as we share our love with you, receiving love, sharing love, and feel our sacred circle now expand and form around us. We are a trinity, and as we stand here, we are wrapped in the power of love, in the power of life, unified, grounded, centered, and balanced. Take a gentle breath in, the breath of higher mind. And take a gentle breath in, the breath of light body. And take a gentle breath in, the breath of soul. And bring your awareness to the back of your closed eyelids if they are closed, or back to your normal state of vision. And as you blink open your eyes, as you refocus in our sacred circle, in our time and our space of red thread, and see the beautiful, beautiful sisters with you. And join with me as I light our candle for the sisterhood, for each other, for those of us here, for those of us not here, not able to be here, but are here with us in spirit vibration, to the broader circle of sisters in the red thread around the world, those who have been, those who are, and those who will come. We're all together in this here and now. So I'm going to pass the red thread. So holding the red thread. And today, feel the support of this red thread come to you as you take hold of it. Really feel, receive the support, feel it. And so to you, Angela, I pass the red thread.
Thank you.
And go ahead and pass it to Dee.
Dee, I pass it to you.
And bring it on home, sister. Pass it to me. I receive it back. And so as we wrap it around our wrists, let's breathe in the connection. We are now joined in the red thread circle. We are connected. I'm going to share my desktop because I'm going to show the vow, the red thread vow. Okay. So during our walk in our red thread training, a new modified version of the red thread vow of connection has been created. And I have found that I embrace it. It feels good to me. It feels right to me. Can you both see it okay?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, so I just thought we would read it out loud together so that we're saying it to one another and we're responding to one another all at the same time in a unified way. And don't worry about being absolutely perfect with, you say it at your own pace. You say it for how it feels to you. And after we say the red thread vow of connection, I would like us to, let me see, yeah. I would like us just to take a moment to sink into our heart, to hear what that might personally mean, what this exchange is personally meaning to us. What's the quality that it's meaning to you? Forget about everything else that we've given the vow. Forget about all the things we've written about the red thread vow. All of it. Just be right here now. What it's going to mean to you. What it means to you right now at this sacred moment in time. Okay, ready? I am connected to you as you are connected to me.
I am
called to this circle
as you are called to this circle.
I
witness
your story as
you witness
my
story.
We each have a sacred responsibility to our own unique piece of red thread. May love be at the center of all
our choices.
Just breathe into that now and sink into that meaning of you personally. And if you would like to jot down, journal what's coming through for you, please take this opportunity to go ahead and do that. We'll take a minute or two. And this is for you personally. We're not going to share this. This is private. So I keep journaling. Feel free to keep journaling. I'm just going to say a few things about the red thread and our own piece of the red thread, because it's one of our teachings and it's one of the things to look at right now. And we know that our piece of the red thread is absolutely unique to ourselves. And we're taught that about the red thread right up front, and that we're responsible for our own thread. We're not responsible for anybody else's thread. We're not responsible for anybody's action or non-action or any of that. We're just responsible for our own. And I've been looking at that. I've been really looking at that lately. It's connected to us, but it's also connected to what we really care about. And we're told, we're led to feel that we have to care about everybody else in the world, and that we have to take our red thread and apply it to the world. But I think right now, in a collective way, we so need to take our red thread and connect it to our care for ourselves, because I feel, and this is me personally with it, and it's going to be different for each one of you. And that's what I'm kind of, where I'm leading us in a small little exercise, I guess, or a inquiry, is there are no shoulds. There are no shoulds with our red thread. There are no, what you're supposed to do with your red thread. There's no nobility with the red thread, or pressure that you have to be with the red thread. It has to be something, where you sacrifice something for the good of everybody else, and it's all about service, and it's all about giving, doing, boo, 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 always out there. I feel that we have to have months, and that's a long period of time. We have to have months where we take the red thread and we go, my unique piece of the red thread is for me this month. It's for me caring about me. It's for me doing for me. It's for me witnessing me. It's for me listening to me. It's for me nurturing me. It's for me loving me. And finding that time of letting go of the expectations and entitlements that people will sometimes put on those of us who are light bearers in the world, and sometimes we just have to be willing. And I believe it's part of our balance. It's part of our health. It's part of our wholeness. Especially now, as we're turning, the will is turning us really deeply in. And we live in society where we no longer hibernate. In fact, the time of hibernation and the time that's usually more quiet is the time that we've been conditioned to believe that we're supposed to be giving and doing and, so busy. And we give up the quiet. We give up the time of Crone. We're sacrificing the time of wisdom. Why are we doing that? Why are we sacrificing the time of wisdom for all the hustle and bustle of holidays? So I'm kind of having us hold our piece of the red thread for this year, and for the remaining part of this year, during this wise time, during the time that's notoriously known as the time of darkness, as the, dark half of the year when the veils, are thinnest. We're coming up on Samhain here. I'm sure you've had a lot of, if you're sensitive to the other world, you've had a lot of activity already going on in your personal environment. The knocks come, the movements come, the whisperings come. It's just the other world comes into us naturally because we're sensitives already. We walk a spiritual life, and so we don't, it's just around us. It's part of who we are. And so I'm inviting us to take our piece of the red thread and say, okay, yeah, I hear all the busy family activities I'm supposed to be involved with. And yeah, the celebrations, I get it, I hear it, I know it, I'll be there, I'll be there, don't worry. But from now until, especially Imbolg, February 1st, right? When I think both of you, know the energy wheel of the year, right? The 8 energy wheel, okay? And so the way I truly work with it is that at Samhain, I don't shut down, but I really go in. I really step back. And then I prepare this time. And when winter solstice come, I really do look at it as the birthing of the new wave of energy for another cycle of life on our planet. And I see that as carrying that. We're midwives to that. We are conscious. We've chosen to be awake this lifetime, to know of the energy shifts, the sacred energy shifts of our planet, of the energy field of the planet that all human beings are born into, but we're all at various levels of conscious awareness. But you and I have chosen to be awake, to awaken, to walk the path of sacred, to walk the path of spirituality, to be soulful. So we're midwifing and receiving that energy into our custody. We're high priestesses of that energy, and we're the ones, and we can't forget it, and I don't feel we've forgotten it, to channel that, to channel that energy, because it's coming from the universe. It's not of the planet. It's coming into us from above, from the starlight, and it's coming through us, and we're channeling it. We're midwifing it and channeling it down into the earth, down to be received into the vortexes and the power centers of our planet, even if we don't live on one, even if we don't get to be out at one. But I'm sure we've all been to plenty power sites in our life, and we have little memorabilias, even if it's a tiny little stone, or we've planted crystals at different places, or we've rooted ourselves into those energy to where all we have to do is close our eyes and we're there. And so this winter solstice, I think more than almost any in my lifetime, I'm hearing that we have to midwife and really bring that energy in, and we have to really ground it, because we're in a vortex of change. The planet and consciousness is in a of change, See, the outside world is calling in on us. It's coming in saying, I want in on this. I want in on this. And it's true, the world wants in on it. So many people want in on it. And then when Imbolg comes, of course, on February with and the light, that light force, that energy vibration is shot forth into humankind, into the surface of the planet. We're the ones perpetuating that. But this time of the wise one, this crone time, I feel our unique piece of the red thread is to be consciously paying attention to what is coming to us, what the message is coming to us, and to hear it, to witness the time of crone, to really witness the time of crone. And Yeah, to be recipients of her message, of their message, because I think it's all, I think it's genderless, to be perfectly honest, but I'm a woman, I relate to it as crone, you know. So I'd like to invite us to just, we've already kind of tapped into what that vow of connection means for us personally, intimately. So maybe we could take just a few more minutes of silence, and I'm choosing not to play music because I think that the time of crone is silence. That's the message I keep getting: silence the space around you as much as you possibly can, Kisma, so that this crone time you can really hear. And so if you are open to it, I would like to invite us to take like an open-eyed meditation time where we receive about our unique piece of the red thread, especially over the next few months, and how you personally are being guided to use it. So this is sort of different because it's not about using it for other people. This is really about using it for yourself. But ideally, in using it for yourself, we are using it for everybody else. You know what I mean? Does that feel good? Does that feel okay to do? Okay. Now I will leave it up to you, because after we do this, I would like to open up our red thread to a time of sharing and witnessing one another. But I would like to give a space, I guess, of 3 minutes. Does that sound fair? 3 minutes. And if you need longer than that, we'll hold the silence for you. If we get done shorter than 3 minutes, we'll just continue. We'll all be looking at the camera, you know. So, okay, so the inquiry is, maybe you could help me, maybe if something pops in, but something along the line of how shall I use my unique piece of the red thread during this crone time this year? Does that sound good? Or should it be more refined?
Sounds good to me.
Does it? What about you, Dee? Is something coming in? Something coming in for you?
No, that was good.
That feels good?
That
Okay.
works.
Okay. So let's do that then. So the inquiry is, how shall I use my unique piece of the red thread during this time of crone? Okay, 3 minutes passes really quick. Okay. So I would like to, with this, with a very gentle circle guideline in place, I'd like to move us into a time of sharing, a time of witnessing, of listening, but most importantly, a time of communication. We know in our process of witnessing, we hear, we listen to the person, and then we just move on to the next person. I would rather it become a dialogue, if that feels safe to each of you, so that as we're witnessing one another, we don't have to remain absolutely quiet and stone-faced, you know, that we are in this intimate environment. We're in a sacred circle together, and we're not asking each other for advice unless we say, I need your advice. We're not asking for remedy unless we say, can you please help me figure this out? We're not asking for any type of advice, but we are open to dialoguing with one another, if that feels good. Yeah. So I would like to, I mean, ideally, there, you know, I don't like setting times for times of sharing. I want you to feel that you can bring up whatever you need to bring up, whatever's bothering you, whatever's weighing you down of any area of your life. And to do that, not all at one time. I mean, we can each kind of share a little bit, but then we can keep circling around. We're a spiral. We're going to keep spiraling. So, but we do need to identify who's going first. Who's going first? Anyone? Anyone going to jump into the center?
I'm going to make a suggestion that you really sound like you need this, so you go first.
Oh, okay. I will. Thank you, Dee. Thank you. Yes, I do. I do need to be witnessed. I have so many things going on, as we do, all of us, you know. Personally, I've just gone through my only child flying the nest. He's flown from the nest. It was real hard. I'm still very, very emotional. He's only been gone 3 weeks, but he moved to another state. And so I'm learning to deal with that. So that's bringing up a lot of emotion. And I know all mothers go through that. In fact, it's expected for our children to grow up and leave and have a life of their own. In my awareness of it, I've always known that the day he leaves is the day, it's the ending. It's the ending. It's a beginning, but it's an ending. It's an ending of the way it was, of how it has been. And even though we are close and will remain close, it's a distancing now. And I'm a little sad about that. I'm feeling a little sad about that, you know. So I'm dealing with that. That's an emotional thing. And it's a time, as time goes by kind of thing. As time goes by, I'll lighten up and I'll move into a place where one day I don't hear or read or see something that goes, oh, Tristan. You know, I rationally get it. I really do, but I'm still in the emotion of it. So that's a big thing for me. The thing I think I'm going through the most right now is a lot of real uncertainty about what I want to do, where I want to go, what I want to share, how I want to share that. Dee, are you in the Color of Woman training? Please forgive me if I think you are, right? Yeah. So we
Just,
graduate. We graduate.
No, I'm going into it.
You're going into it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm coming out of it.
I know.
Mhm. And it's a awe-inspiring journey. It is one of the best decisions I've made creatively, uh, uh, a good investment of time, resources, energy. The fellowship of meeting some really kindred sisters, not a lot, there's too many for me. I lose track, I don't know. I probably can identify maybe 20 of the women who are in it. The rest are really truly unknown entities to me, which is fine. I'm okay with that. And then there's a handful who are tight. We see each other every Thursday afternoon. We work together, but it's a time of uncertainty because indeed, I don't want this to damper your enthusiasm because you're at a cool place right now.
It's not gonna,
Okay. I'm a pretty established woman, I've been walking my own spiritual path, been a leader in my own spiritual organization for, 35 years, which I actually disbanded in 2012, the day of the new earth. After Mayan calendar, the next day I separated and went on my own spiritual journey. And I had a 3,500 membership worldwide. Okay, that's not comparable to, for example, Color of Woman, but coming in a time when internet and Zoom and stuff like that, it's pretty big. It was all male, or people would travel live, and or I would be flown to different places, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So for that time period, pretty darn good thing. But it ended 2012, and I began my own journey. Okay, long story short. So I came into Color of Woman, sank into it. I listen to things. I get frustrated with the regurgitation of things I've known and walked and experienced myself as if they're new. And it's like, oh no, sorry. No. Goddess images didn't just begin with you. No. No. There was a sisterhood and a goddess movement and women's spirituality. And I, had a moon lodge with the red thread connection back in the 80s. No. It's existed before you. Okay, that's okay. I can deal with that kind of stuff. And I learned pretty early on to just kind of go, relax, but you walk through a philosophy. And Angela, you've walked through a pretty strong philosophy with your spirituality also, with your involvement with
Yes.
with the spiritual group. So I think you understand. I mean, I don't know if you guys are still actively involved or not, or whether things have kind of dissipated and everybody's gone, because we're coming out of real spiritual group involvements from the 80s and 90s, and so where do you go once you step out? Because you come to a place where you realize you don't totally resonate with the philosophy being that you've been supporting, because you've existed in some pretty, and you're going to find this, Steve, you've existed in some pretty deep aspects of the new philosophy being regurgitated, and you can't buy into it that it's all new to you. Because that feels fake, and it feels wrong. But you'll find out pretty quick, the more you voice it and let it be known, the depth of your spiritual pathway and your involvement and experience level, you will start to be ignored. So especially if it's brought forward to guru status people, right? Because, and I love Shiloh. Love, 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 love that woman. I think she's got a real good, solid heart, and she's tapped in. But we know things for a long time, you know, that she's just coming into being with. Divine feminine from a goddess perspective, she's really just coming into. It's all been from Christianity. I don't have a problem with that. But, you know, if you've been involved with the goddess for decades, it's hard to temper it down around people who it's all new for, the divine feminine, all new for. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being judgmental. Anyway, so here I am standing at this crossroads going, where am I going with all of this? I'm stepping out, am I? Because to stay in will mean to have my voice, experience, wisdom, and knowledge silenced, because there's a needed voice of wisdom, experience, and knowledge required. So it's like finding that place. Where is our place? I'm a crone. Okay, I'm only 62, but I'm a crone. So I've left a whole aspect of life that is, you know, the heydays of being in spotlight, you know, out there being in leadership position is kind of gone. I don't want that kind of position anymore, yet it's a natural around me because I need sisters, I need sisterhood, I need sacred ceremonies, I need a spirituality in my life. That's just part of my stars. It's who I am. So that's my uncertainty. That's my uncertainty. So I through it though, I've connected up with incredible women like you know. I mean, I met Angela because of Red Thread. Dee, I met you because of Red Thread. Huh? And so it's you know, I mean, I wrote Sister Moon Lodge, which is all our ceremonies involved wrapping the red thread around our waist as we stood in ceremony, you know. So it's not new, but from the philosophy of how she's speaking it, from the Chinese proverb of it that we've always been destined to meet. I love that. I love that, you know. And the moment I heard it, I went, of course, you know. So, yeah, I want to belong. And I'm a little angry with myself because I've always done this. I always go in and then I go, oh, this isn't fully the right place for me. And then I end up leaving and being alone. Even my own spiritual organization, I founded it in 1992, ended it in 2012, and I left it because, it no longer resonates with me. I mean, what kind of a crazy person am I? Handed it over to my 5 elders who helped run it, handed them everything, you know? And we're talking, I had 8 books written on this, 8 published books with traditional publishers out there. So you know, see what I'm saying? It's like, am I doing it again? Am I repeating a pattern again? I don't want to be alone anymore.
You stepped into alone when your son walked out. This is a whole new world for you.
It
It's
is.
a whole new world. Didn't you just have an anniversary?
Yes, 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
28 years.
nice.
Because
Yeah.
you stay as close to your children even when they're away.
Yeah,
I have a child in Montreal and a child in Texas who have been away for 10, 15 years now. But they're still in your heart.
Mm.
You know, you call and you talk and you FaceTime.
Yeah.
They're there.
Yeah.
listen to us with the FaceTime. Like, oh my God. Before, when children left, they left. And if you didn't have the way to go visit, you maybe got a card in the mail, snail
Right.
mail. You know, now, and like I FaceTime with my daughter all the time. I actually did get a snail mail from my daughter in New Hampshire. She said, Mom, I'm tired of texting and facing. I thought I'd send you a card. It was like awesome when I got it.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh my God. It was like I recognized her writing, her penmanship, you
On the
know.
envelope?
Wow. And it wasn't even a, can you send me money? You know?
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And see, rationally, I know this. I intuitively, I know this, but I mean, how long did it take you to feel calm again with it all? Or do you
Well,
not?
for my guys, they left when they went to college, essentially, because
Mm-hmm.
they never came home, those two.
Okay.
So that the leaving was much more natural in a sense, you know, the going to college,
Right.
and they were just coming out of their teenage years. So, you know, there's a part of you that says, oh, good, they're going to college.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have fun.
But, you know, then they never came home. And you make peace with that. For me, it's that they're living their lives.
They're
You
living their
know,
lives. Yeah.
one is a researcher in vision who needs a very advanced MRI, which is not many places, and the other is a rocket scientist. I tease him,
Wow.
and you know, has to be where he has to be. There's no way either one of them could have lived where near me, the two places I've lived. So that, you know, there was never a question of them coming home, as it were. It's interesting that with my daughter particularly, she has certain things that remind me of her. One is pictures of irises and lily of the valley. So every time I come across one of those, I email it to her saying, thinking of you. You know, that's the kind of thing that and I found a website we would both enjoy, so I emailed that to her. So for me, it's sort of like watching for those little angel wing touches that you know, think of her today and reach out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that helps, but
It does, of course. Yeah.
you know, that's what I've done.
Yeah.
Who wants to talk?
Well, I'll go.
Okay.
So the inquiry was,
What?
I have a blog that I haven't written on in a while, but the title of it is "The Crone Has Landed."
Love it. Perfect.
And it's going to come out of the ashes. But right now, it's funny because you say that right now, everything I'm doing in the next probably, well, Color a Woman. Right now, I've signed up for a quest path with Cat. Not the cat that does Smash Book, but a cat from Soul Collage.
Mhm.
Soul Collage. So I'm into the quest path and learning more about what you were talking about. Yeah, I know that there are different seasons, but I've always wanted to gain more of the pagan rituals, and I've always been drawn to that. My youngest daughter is a witch, pagan, and and that has pulled to me for a long time. I'm very earthy. I'm very, I walk my labyrinth. I'm rooted to the ground. So I've got that going on. Now that's a year it just started,
Mhm.
right? And then I'm in Vivid. So that week-long retreat is coming up.
Mhm.
And Color a Woman is coming up in March. In the meantime, 2 years ago, I bought an aromatherapy certification class
Nice.
from Aroma Head. Never did anything. Bought it all, never did anything. Just last month, I got an email saying crash course. We're offering 6 months crash course to do your aromatherapy with homework, instruction, blah, blah, blah. So I signed up for that. My husband says to me,
You're not going to sleep.
what the hell are you doing? And it was like, oh my God, I've lost a lot. I'm a massage therapist. So with COVID, I've lost I lost my mobile business because I worked in senior houses with mass housing. So they're not accepting outside vendors. So that's good. So that freed me up because we were real busy with that. My own clients, I've got some regulars. I'm not taking new ones because you don't know what people are doing out there. I am the proud great-grandmother of a little baby girl, child Ann, who is maybe 6 weeks old, and I haven't gotten to touch her yet
Aw.
of my business. And she lives like 12 minutes away. My grandson said, no, Nana. And it was like, but knowing what a new first-time dad, COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, all right, I'm going into quarantine, self-quarantine, November 1st, so that I can hold her on Thanksgiving.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, so really, I am hunkering down, and the red thread is for me. I do have a couple Zoom things that I do, ACOA, Adult Children for Alcoholics. So I am doing that, and I'm helping a girl through the 12 steps. So I am 30, whatever my grandson is, 35 years sober, clean and sober.
Congratulations. Yeah.
And so I do mentor a couple of women who I've had for 20-something years. But, so that's it. I understand where you're going with your newness of empty home syndrome. Dr. Clarissa Este Pinkham Pinkham Este, the woman who runs she has some fabulous stuff out there that helped me release my titles, my attachment to titles.
Okay.
And I've been working on that for a long time. My expectations of my grandchildren. My oldest grandson is 35. I've got 2 great grandchildren. The way the world is right now, Hallmark family is gone. And I am a Hallmark family person. I always made sure that my kids went and saw their grandparents. That doesn't happen anymore. So I had to work on letting that be okay. So now instead of family, 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 it's like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? Well, I guess I've got plenty to do, you know?
Looks like it.
Looks like it, you know, so, yeah. And I'm looking forward to it. What I keep thinking as you were talking was, add a different aspect to, you know, all of what you have. So, and that's just my, you know, I'm also Reiki. I'm an energy light worker, and a goddess, but I've never developed that end of it. So now I'm developing that end of it. It's just another tool in my toolbox. I don't want to be as big as you were. I just want to live a serene and comfortable life where I am of service to other people, but they're not pounding me down. Do you know what I mean? They're, you know, I've let go of some people that were stealing my energy, you know, and I've given, and have you heard of that red cord, the yellow cord? Michelangelo, you cut the cord. You do it for 30 days. So I had two women that were like glommed. We were glommed together. And that powerful thing of giving someone back their energy and accepting it back with love. I give you back your energy. I take my energy back with love. And now it's like the difference in relationship is beautiful. You know, it's like, oh, I'm sorry that that happened to you. What are you going to do about it? It's that spiral. If I keep helping you fix your problems, you're never going to know how to fix them yourself.
Right.
So, yeah. So my red thread is leading a horse to water and watching and waiting for it to drink.
I like that. Yeah. And
You
you know,
know?
red thread, obviously, the inquiry was for you.
Yeah. I'm also in a sweat lodge. I've done 4 vision quests. My names are Changing Rock, Spider's Web, no, Web's Light, Beaver Moon Dancer, and my last one was Dancing Fern. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm of the earth.
You're of the earth. Yeah. I was fairy faith tradition. So the pagan tradition of ancient Ireland. Yeah. Druidic, Bardic.
Yeah, no, I'm everything. I got Buddha, I've got Kuan Yin, I've got, you know, my husband was president of the church. I went to the Lutheran church for a long time. Now I've stepped aside and now I am nature-based.
Now you are
A crone.
Crone has arrived or landed. The crone has landed. I love that. Yeah, that's
I
great.
live in Crondom.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and not to take away from you, Angela, because you need to speak, but through Color of Woman, 2021, I am kicking off my new menu of offerings. I'm doing the Visionary Artist Path, and it's three, one of them is a 4-week process going into our power centers, and another one is just a workshop. But then I'm doing a 4-month maiden mother medicine woman crone journey, and then I'm through Cosmic Smash booking. Don't ask me how this happened, but I am going to be taking on apprentices for the fairy faith tradition, and they're going to be, I already have people lined up for it because I've been doing little classes for it. So I'm doing my spirituality. It's coming back around, but it's coming through art, and art is the base of the teachings now. So it's really interesting. So I'm excited about all of that. Yeah. And I'm being a baby. Being a baby and whining because I just need to whine. I'm usually always so like, and I just kind of hit a little bottom because of my baby.
We pass the red thread to Angela now. Hey.
Thank you. As Kisma knows, what my sacred practice is, I design inspirational posters and send them out every day to a list of about 100 people on email. That's what really grounds me and connects me with source. I really feel like I go into the zone when I'm in the midst of designing, and I wait for the cosmic click when something is done. I get that, yes, that's it, leave it alone, cosmic click, when something really comes together beautifully. Kisma, I wanted to say to you, teachers don't like to know that their students have found what they just found. That's why, that's a human instinct to say, I don't want to know that you found it before I found it.
I've never had a problem with that. I've always aspired. My personal belief has always been, I really truly believe this. Any student I have should be greater than I. Should be greater than I, or I haven't done my job.
Right.
I haven't done my service,
But not everybody's that open to it.
Not.
Some people's ego is very big, and what they're teaching is all about them teaching you, not focused on the student. It's all on them being the knowledgeable, important one. And I mean, I've run into a couple of teachers like that.
Yeah. Shiloh's like that. Shiloh is the all important one, and I love her.
Right.
Seriously, Angela, you would appreciate her too. She's really, really a very genuine person. But I have a hard time with guru complexes.
Right. I mean, I have that a little with Jean Houston and her.
Yeah, of course. Sure.
In her, mystery school.
Yeah.
And that Jean is Jean, and a power and a force and all of that. And you sort of accept to be in that aura, or you don't.
Yeah. It's very hard to be in a leadership role for a long period of time, because people naturally put you on pedestals, and I believe in showing my humanness, and so I would always jump off very quick.
Right.
Fuck you. Sorry, but you don't get to do that here. So, yeah.
So as I say, that's my spiritual practice, is when I take the time in the day to get into that space of creativity and and you know, find a quote and then find the art that evokes it and put the two together. And that's what really resonates with me. And the quotes are sort of my study of the quote unquote Bible of all sorts of people's wisdom.
Yeah, it's very universal,
Yeah,
inclusive. Yeah.
yeah.
And there are many days, Angela, where when I open your email, it's right on for that day. You know what I mean? It's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, right on.
Yeah, yeah. I get emails from people saying this really spoke to me today.
Yeah. Oh, I should do that. I should let you know. I get so tempted to just like, but I don't, you know, to go to like pull your email into oh, you guys have to look at this. And then I realize, well, that's not my place to do that, you know, so I hold back, but yeah.
So I'll hand the red thread back to you. I've lost my red thread. What do they do with it?
Around your wrist.
Around your wrist, is that what you said? Is it around your
Maybe.
No, it's not.
No.
You passed your red thread on. Well, we're down here. We have the fires down here in Irvine now. They've evacuated. I have friends who've had to evacuate.
Oh dear.
UPI is on shutdown. It's not completely like non-essential, completely shut back down again. So my husband, you know, the labs all shut down again.
Right.
So, but we're, you know, we're buffered from it where we live. So I doubt that the fire would get over to us because we're on the coast, and Irvine, there's Costa Mesa between us and Irvine. And are you getting, Angela, are you guys getting the smoke and the,
Yes. Yes.
so that my throat aches. It just hurts because of it. The ash is all over here. Like, I'm sure it's there too, but it's so yellow. The sky is so yellow haze, and I have blood in my sinuses because of all the intense smoke and stuff like that. So. You're in the Midwest, Dee?
No, I'm on the eastern seaboard.
Oh, you're in New Hampshire, right?
Well, I'm in New Hampshire, but I'm in Mass. I have a cabin in New Hampshire, and I'm in Massachusetts. So often when I'm on these calls, it's like I feel like I should apologize, you know? It's like, oh, people can't breathe and they have to evacuate, and knock on wood.
It's California, you know, California is a desert. It's a desert. And
Yeah.
wildfires are really natural for our state. We forget about it, but the problem is we destroyed so much of the natural areas that would burn, so it encroaches into our cities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
You have to deal with hurricanes every once in a while.
every once in a while, and they are getting more, you know,
Intense.
yeah, they're getting more intense, and the water level is rising
It's rising.
Yes.
everywhere, so that you know, people on the cliffs, some of the houses, you know, people have lost houses and stuff, but nothing like the floods in Texas, and you know, I'm very,
Hey,
very, very grateful for where I am.
yeah,
It seems wherever you live, there's something.
there's a
Yeah.
natural disaster, no matter
Yeah.
what, because it's the planet. We're on a planet. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think, oh, it's already 4:22. Oh my gosh. How did this go? This time really flew by. So, okay. Well, we didn't get to any art today. We've been arting at our Red Thread circles. We tend to art, but thank you both for your willingness to make this communication based also. It sounds like we all needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like we all really needed. Okay, so I'd like to just see if there's any last thing anyone feels a need to say or called to say as the last round of red threads. So just take a moment to just kind of breathe into that and see if there is. I am going to start and then I'll pass it. I just heard very clearly, I'm so happy the Crones are uniting. So I'm passing the red thread to whoever wants to take it.
I have a question, Kisma.
Yes.
Is Kisma your name, or was it something that evolved?
No, I was born and my mom had seen the musical Kismet and pulled Kisma out of Kismet. And Kismet, of course, means fate and destiny. And I did research my name and actually found it in Barbara Walker's encyclopedia. She had it spelled QIS hyphen MA, but a phonetic pronunciation of Kisma. And it's an Arabian moon goddess of destiny. So I always joke and say, oh, well, I was ordained at birth to, you know, walk the goddess path. So, okay, I'm here.
That was it. Thank you.
You. So passing to Angela.
I found my thread.
Yes.
No, I don't have any final words. I've enjoyed our interaction.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, well then at this time we're snipping apart so that we now are standing as strong crones individually, knowing that we are always, always connected. And all we have to do when we need one another is tug on the red thread and we know we'll be there. And thank you. From
You're
my
welcome.
your heart. Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank
So
you.
at this point, I would like to just make an offering that at future red thread circles, that I know when we come together, we'll come together, and there will be times when we won't all be together. But I would like to, because I heard it was one of my personal directives, was that from now on in the red thread, I'm being asked to honor Goddess. So there will always be an honoring to Goddess, to Divine Feminine. From a goddess. But because I'm a firm believer also, when we honor the goddess, we're also honoring the goddess within us, because we are all representatives, we're all her priestesses, we're all goddesses on earth, we're earth goddesses. I can tell you something, Dee. Look, I don't know if you can see it in that corner. Over my window is the same chakra.
Oh, yeah.
Mine is covering a window right there at the entry.
It is mine covering a window.
Yeah, it's a perfect curtain, isn't it? So yeah. So
All right.
So thank you so very, very much. May you be blessed with the strength and the support that we have opened ourselves up to today in our Red Thread Connection. And my heart and my love to each one of you.
Thank you.
Mm.
And to you. Yes. And so it is.
And so it is. That's how I finish. And so it is.
And so it is.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.
Blessings.
Bye.